Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? It's your boy King Bean, and welcome back to the third installment of Teamwork That Makes the Dream Work. In today's episode, we are focusing on leadership. Now, this is probably the most important part of the series right here. So, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get into this topic of leadership as I see it. Again, I must give you the caveat that this is just my opinion. I may not be right in everything. I may be wrong. If you see anything else that you want to add, feel free to add it in the comment section below. Tell me what you like and what you don't like. Yo, I'm here to learn just as well as you are here to learn by watching this video. Now, I'll give you a quick little background about myself on leadership. Now, as a child growing up, like most children, I like watching superheroes, and the two superheroes that I identified with the most were two leaders. One was Superman, the other was Optimus Prime. Now, as a kid growing up in the 80s, I thought they were the best things since sliced bread and spaghetti, and I love those two. Sliced bread and spaghetti. That's some good eating there, especially that garlic bread. But anyway, I digress again. But these two superheroes share two. They share these two superheroes share common traits that I really admire that I try to apply with myself. Now, they were both strong. They were noble, and they also sacrificed themselves for the betterment of the team or mankind. And I try to do that myself. No, I'm not out there like a police officer or a military guy. I'm not saying I'm like that type of dude. I'm not like that. It's just in a work environment and also with my family dynamic. I take a lot of sacrifices, and I do, that hurt myself, but I like to see other people do well. And that's just me. That's how I am personally. Other people aren't like that. So, in high school, I used to play basketball. I played 4 years of varsity basketball. I never was the best basketball player that was out there. I'd be sitting here lying to you saying, yeah, I was. No, I wasn't. I was decent, but I wasn't the best by far. Had other teammates that were better than me. But one thing that I do know, I know the sport of basketball, and I studied. I studied plays. I studied defense. I scouted teams. And so when we got on that basketball court in practice, I would help push my teammates harder. I try to lead by example. Or we got in a game. I inspired them. I set picks. I gave up shots and set picks to go get rebounds. That was me. Now, I wasn't diving on the floor, but I would do all them other things. And also, if I had to get on to my teammates, that's what I did. And they looked at me. Also, I was like an extended coach on the court. And Coach Green used to tell me that all the time. So then when I graduated from high school, I went along and also started coaching basketball with Coach Green. Coached for a couple of years with the boys and, well, with the young men. And one of the greatest things that I learned about coaching with young men is that they all came together to go on this journey to achieve a goal of having a winning season and going to the playoffs and possibly winning state. Now, in a perfect world, we would have done that, but that didn't happen. Like most teams, we had a winning season, but we didn't get the state. We didn't win state at all. But one of the best things about that journey was that a group of men got together under our leadership for a common goal to go out there and play basketball against their opponent and to win. And it felt so good to see them happy about achieving that goal. That was fantastic. It was fantastic. So now, as I'm older, I'm an adult now, of course. I've been working a lot, and ever since I've been working, I've mainly been in leadership. I've been a manager for I only had like 4 jobs in my life. At each one, I've been a manager except for one. I take that back, except for two. And with my current job that I'm in, I've been at my company for like 12 and a half years now. And for 10 of those years, I've been a center manager. My title just changed. I'm a center sales manager, but it's still the same job. It just added more responsibility to me. Now, I've had people work underneath me, and I learned a lot from different people working with me. Now, my environment where I work at is a little bit different. It's not like it's a big major corporation, but it's a very intimate setting. So most of my employees that work under me, sometimes it's just myself and one other employee, or myself and two other employees, although I did work a lot of larger center where I had to manage 3 or 4 other employees outside of myself. So I had to learn, what they did well and what they didn't do well, and put them accordingly. And I was successful sometimes, and sometimes I wasn't. You know, it happens. It happens. But being a leader, I mean, there's different types of leadership that you have that I've learned by sitting here reading and watching what and watching these videos and seeing the different types of leadership. And like I said, the definition of a leader is so hard to define. It means so many different things to different people, man. I mean, but here's a direct quote from Wikipedia page. uh, Leadership has been described as a process of social influence in which a person can enlist and the aid and the support of others to accomplishment of a common task or a goal. Similar to what I stated to before, when me and the young men in basketball were got together and we decided we want, got together and, and playing basketball to achieve a goal of winning, of possibly going to state. Like I said, it didn't work out, but that's what a leader does. He gets these guys together. They go out. They try to accomplish a task or goal. You see a lot of military people do that, especially with our armed forces. You've seen them in. I know you guys have seen them in movies. I know you've seen it. If you're working, you see it at your workplace. So, but there are different types of leadership. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple quick ones, maybe it's a couple quick definitions. And these different types of leaders that you probably work for, or you might be one of them. So, so you may be able to identify who you are or who you're working for. Now, the first one is the autocratic type of leader. The autocratic type of leader is a leader that doesn't listen to nobody, doesn't listen to any subordinates or anybody, and just you're going to do what I tell you to do. Don't worry, I'm not listening to you. You're going to do what I say do. It doesn't matter. Sometimes your parents have to be autocratic when they lead you. It sucks though, because you ask them, well, why I have to do it? You do it because I told you to do it. Another one is the laissez-faire. Now, the laissez-faire type of leader is the type of leader who doesn't care, basically. And what I mean doesn't care, they're leader only in title only. They let the rest of the herd fend for themselves for the most part. That's basically what a laissez-faire type of leader is. Then also you have the narcissistic type of leader. Now, that narcissistic type of leader, that leader is only concerned about themselves. That's it. They're concerned about themselves. They ain't concerned about nobody else but themselves. They will sacrifice the whole group for themselves, and that's what a narcissistic leader is. That's not the kind of leader that you really want to be under. But hey, real life is real, and sometimes you are under that type of person, and it really does suck when you are underneath that type of person. So that's just a few of type of leaderships that are out there, different styles of leadership. Now, also, before I get out here and close, because this video is about to wrap up soon in another minute or so. So, in closing, there's so much more I want to talk about this because I wrote down a whole huge script and I can't get it out. But one thing I can say, there is a bonus video that is coming that's going to recap everything we talked about with leadership. The thing I want to leave you guys with, being a leader, you got to also remember, you got to be accountable. You got to hold your teammates accountable. You got to be motivational. You got to be inspirational. Sometimes motivational, you can be motivated people by fear, or you can motivate them by inspiring them. You're going to get two different results from people, but you got to also know what type of motivation works with what type of individual. Because if you don't, you push the wrong button, they're not going to be effective and you're not going to be able to reach your goal. Got to keep focused. You got to remember to stay focused because the team can lose focus and you got to rein them back in sometimes. You got to rein them right back in. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. As I said before, just got to learn from your mistakes and continue to grow. Now, this is your boy King Bean, and I'm getting ready to sign out. Like I said, there's another video coming. I'll holler at you dudes later. One love. Peace.